Hello, collective. Welcome to my channel. Let's see what messages we have from Spirit today. What do you need to know? I'm going to start off with my angel messages deck, the daily messages. So let's see what messages wants to come through. Before I start, I'm going to clear the energy. So if you're using any type of Bluetooth headphones, go ahead and just reduce the volume real quick. And one more. Thank you. All right. If you're new to my channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and give me a subscribe. Hit the notification bell. If this message resonates with you, please leave me a comment. This is a general message, so it's not going to resonate for everybody, but it's going to resonate for who it is meant to. So if it doesn't resonate with you, please don't get all, don't go crazy. Maybe there's another reading that will resonate more with you. You can also book a reading with me, and if you want something more personal, okay? My information is in the description box. All right, angels, what messages do you have for the collective? You have assertiveness. Assertiveness. It says this situation can be healed gently and with love as you've requested, yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand right behind you as you speak your truth, giving you strength and guiding your words. So I don't know if there's something that you need to speak up for yourself about. Spirit wants you to know that this is a time where you need to be completely upfront and honest about your true feelings, okay? Sometimes we will hold back from saying things because we don't want to hurt people, but that blocks your throat chakra, okay? So you could have a blocked throat chakra where you're having a hard time speaking your truth or speaking up for yourself, okay? Maybe there's other people involved and you don't want to be the one to, you don't want to hurt them, okay? But you're someone that is a truth speaker. That is who you are. You could also have some type of gift with music. Maybe you play music, sing, or something like that, something with music. So if you do have a problem with your throat chakra, you notice that you're constantly having mucus in your throat, your chest. You have this cough that won't go away. You start choking out of nowhere if you're drinking or eating. That could also be the physical signs and symptoms of a blocked throat chakra. There's throat chakra healing music, Reiki music that you can actually listen to that will help you, okay? And also always telling your truth will also unblock your throat chakra. So little lies, try not to say little lies that don't really make any sense. Maybe somebody might ask you, maybe you just didn't want to hang out with them, so you just made up a lie and said, oh, I had to do this and that. Just tell them you did not want to come out. You're fine. You don't have to. Some of these little lies are not even worth it. So this is the time where you need to speak for yourself. Be assertive. Be honest. If people are treating you in a way that you do not like, you need to speak up. If somebody's asking you for something that you don't feel comfortable doing or giving, no is a full sentence. It's okay. This has something to do with a relationship because you pulled the relationship card and you have Cupid under the deck. So this is something about love. So you have the relationship. It says your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving creator as you feel safe and loved within. So shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. So this has something to do with a relationship. Maybe there's somebody that needs to come in and speak their truth to you. Maybe they want to come and tell you something. You have be honest with yourself. And you see her hands, she's holding her throat, and she's wearing blue, which is the color of the throat chakra. So it says, be honest with yourself, look into your heart, and you will know the truth of this situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support you and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires, and they'll come to you upon angels' wings. So this has something to do with a relationship. Definitely has something to do with love. With Cupid is here. So maybe somebody that has love for you needs to speak something to you, or this is a situation where you need to be honest about something about this relationship. So we have Cupid. So let's, clearly there's something that needs to be said. So let's get some messages of love. There's somebody that you're in a relationship that probably wants to say something to you and has not. Or maybe you need to speak your truth to someone in regards to the direction this relationship is going, or the direction that you feel that is going, or the direction that you want it to go. Mend. It says, I want to fix our connection. So maybe this is a relationship that, you know, is going through, you know, some battles or some problems right now, but this person wants to fix the relationship, or you want to fix the relationship. Maybe that's what they want to come in and tell you. Gossip. It says, I'm afraid of what other people will think. So gossip is another thing that blocks the throat chakra. So be careful not to entertain negative talk about people, or maybe somebody's going to try and come and tell you something, or someone did tell you something, or somebody could have told your person something, but gossip was involved. And a good habit to have when you have a relationship is to keep people out of your business. You know, if you're one of those people that like to go to work to talk about your husband, your spouse, your wife, you know, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you go to work and discuss your relationship with people, that's not a good thing, okay? That's not a good thing. So if that's something you do, you might want to stop doing that. If you're the type of person that talks about your relationship with your family, that's not a good thing. You know, when there's problems, you might go reveal to them something, and you know, they're angry at your person, but then you go back and make up with them, right? But your family, your loved ones are not going to, you know, change the way they feel about this person. So somebody's overwhelmed. It says the stress from this is draining me. So there's something about this relationship that has been like overwhelming, you know, draining. You might need to admit to yourself that this situation is not working. Maybe you've been holding back, or they've been holding back from communicating this. It says, I should have expressed myself better, which is the assertiveness. So maybe somebody's not happy in a situation, but they're not, you know, speaking their truth. They're not speaking up. They're not having that conversation. You know, communication is definitely a problem. Look at this couple. You know, they're not seeing eye to eye. You know, maybe having a conversation with this person is hard because they're detached. This person just, has a way of tuning you out, blocking your like if you're talking, see how she's zoned out, she's not really, hearing anything. They feel like they're not heard, or you feel like you're not heard in a relationship. So, you could be in a relationship where communication is just not good, and you feel drained and tired of the arguments, not being understood, not being heard. And you're at a place where you just need to be honest with yourself in regards to, where this is going. Can this love be repaired? Because there's love here. Cupid is here. So this is a relationship where, there was love. I don't know why I said was, but there's definitely love. Maybe there's so much distractions. Maybe your partner is very distracted by something that they're doing. Maybe they're distracted by a love that they met online. This could be some type of addiction that they have, with the Devil card and the Three of Wands. They might tell you they're working, but they're really like online having communications with others or things like that. That's also here. I mean, there is a triangle, so there's three of Wands with the Devil card. You got the Strength card, so you're steady holding back from having that conversation. And instead of having a conversation with the right person, you're having conversation with friends, family, whoever that you confide in. And you're at a place where you're not sure if you want to end things or put an end to this, because I'm focused on this fire back here. So you feel drained, you feel overwhelmed, and you're considering, closing this cycle out. Maybe you feel it's not going anywhere. But you have the Eight of Wands, so communication. That's communication. I don't know if you guys have arguments over finances. If you do live with this person, maybe you guys argue over bills. Maybe there's one person that's more, financially like organized and making sure things are being done the way they're supposed to be done. And then there's another person who is just like, in their own thing. They're doing their own thing. They're detached. So there's somebody that's more responsible. Look at this energy. Somebody is more responsibilities, focused on the family and how to take care of the financial needs and the emotional needs. That could be you. And then the other person just lets go and is detached and lets all those things fall on one person. And you can flip this wherever it applies if it's you. I feel like I'm speaking to somebody that has been holding all these feelings inside, all these emotions inside, and you're at a place where you're about to just like explode. So instead of talking to everybody else, you might need to go talk to your person, okay? They need to know how you feel. They need to know exactly what's going on. They need to know. You need to communicate. Maybe this situation has reached its it's reached, it's like the cup is full and it's about to overpour. Maybe this is a situation that has reached its the end of its cycle, and you might need to just, you know, accept that. Be honest with yourself. Maybe that's what you're avoiding, you're refusing to see. You know, maybe because of that you avoid arguments, because you know, you don't want to say what you really want to say because you're afraid that it could cost this person to just like walk away. You got cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So however you were doing things is not going to work anymore. It's not. It's not going to be easy for you to just, you know, keep putting band-aids on this situation, right? It's going to be hard for you to just keep patching it up. That plate's going to eventually, is broken. You steady patching it up, trying to, you know, fix something. And it's draining. It's overwhelming. It's so stressful. After arguments, you might, you know, get drained from just sitting back, thinking and going over everything that was said and the things that you wish you said, but you didn't say. You know how you sit back and you're like going over events of the day, situations that happened, and you're like, you know, you're seeing it in a way, you know, you see yourself saying what you really wanted to say, but you didn't say, but in your head, you're able to act that out. And like, had you done it this way, you can see it in your mind's eye, right? So Spirit wants you to be courageous and just do it. You got Cupid's arrow. Cupid again, it says, have faith, love is coming, surprise, invitation, or meeting. So I don't know if you're about to be struck with Cupid's arrow. You know, maybe this is after a relationship ended. There's something new coming, because Cupid came out in 2 different decks. That's weird. Love is coming. It could actually come and hit this relationship that you're in already. Passion. Maybe passion needs to be restored. For some people, I'm getting that this is after the ending of a relationship. You're going to meet somebody new and there's going to be a lot of passion. And you want to make sure that you don't bring the energy from the past into this situation, okay? You want to make sure that you set the foundation well. Make sure there's a strong communication between you and them. They need to understand and know, you know, what your expectations are in a relationship. They need to know and understand what your love language. Yeah, you need to communicate. Be yourself, be vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable. Engagement ring. So Cupid's gonna hit and you're gonna receive love and possible proposal. Somebody could propose. And for the small percentage of you guys that this is a past relationship, that, you know, once you speak your truth and you all mend this situation, they're going to take it to a higher level of commitment. They will put a ring on it. And if you're a masculine, you will put a ring on it. After you do the healing has to take place. There's going to be a lot of chemistry, a lot of passion. It says love is coming, surprise, invitation, or meeting. So if you're invited out anywhere, please go. Okay, please go, because this is given that, you know, you've been in your own zone, keeping to yourself. So it's time to put yourself out there. This is also given an online dating type of energy for a few of you guys. Okay. You could meet a Capricorn, or you could be dealing with a Capricorn with that Devil card. Okay. But just be careful about the fear of rejection. Okay. Fear of rejection could be like, you know, due to that, to protect yourself, you will just like detach yourself, not let anyone in your, you know, you just won't be receptive and open to love. And that's going to cause these people to just kind of like feel that you're not interested, and they move on. But there's somebody who has noticed you, they've seen your picture, they find you attractive, and they're interested in a relationship, but you're still like, you know, the thoughts and responsibilities of a relationship is so overwhelming for you. You could have that fear. You know, sometimes, you know, relationships has a responsibility. You got to show up. You got to be willing to let this person in, have conversations, go on dates. So this could be for someone who's isolating themselves. And this is just due to, you know, unhealed situations that you went through before in a past relationship, okay? So just do the work and do the healing. That's for somebody. Let's get some energy. Let's see what energies could be here. So you're going to get a lot of communication soon. If you're on a dating site, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to be interested in you. And if you are already in a relationship that has not been so good, I feel like things are going to definitely change. This person's going to have just a spark. The Cupid's arrow is going to hit, and you should see a change once you have that conversation with them. Okay? You have woman holding a heart. So you're holding your heart. So maybe you're going to be the one hit with the Cupid's arrow. You also have woman holding a coin. So you got money too. You have money and love coming for you with a blossoming abundance. So money's coming. Money's going to definitely look good. And you got love too. So Cupid's gonna hit you with that arrow. And after this break, rest and rejuvenation, this is also the healing card. The doors are gonna open up. When I say the doors are gonna open up, they're gonna open up. Money, cornucopia. Look at all this abundance. You also have blossom in abundance. So after, you know, all this pain and stress that you went through with the anxiety, right? I mean, all this stuff is going to just start happening all of a sudden to where it's going to actually scare you. After walking away, being honest with yourself that something is not working for you, walking away from something that's no longer serving your highest good, the door is going to open for like money, love. The right type of love is going to just come on in. Community. Maybe you're very active in your community, or maybe this is your friend circle. Maybe this is a relationship where a friend can help you. Remember I told you, if you're invited to anything, weddings, graduations, parties, whatever, please put yourself out there, okay? Go ahead and go. Accept those invitations, because you might meet someone. You might meet this person there. And also, This is also taking me back to the gossip card that came. Keep people out of your business. You know, when you're manifesting something, keep it to yourself. Don't let people know the things that you're trying to manifest, okay? Till they have happened. Because people can just subconsciously just like block those things. They'll just, when you tell somebody something in their head, they can think, oh, she ain't gonna get that. It ain't gonna happen. And you know, that's an energy they're putting out there. So you look at these doors, door to personal healing and happiness. This door is opening up for you. And there's a dove. Look at the water. So you've healed those emotions. You are now, the rainbow is here. The rainbow comes after the storm. So you've already gone through what you went through. And now you're healed. And now the doors are opening. We got door to romance. There's new love coming. You're the only one that has the key to this person's heart. Or they have the key to your heart. Cupid is going to strike. Where's that Cupid card? Cupid's going to hit you. You're going to meet somebody. It's going to be like, whoa. I feel like I've known this person before. Cupid is going to hit. That's coming. Magician in the mirror. So this is the time. Magician and the mirror. This is a powerful time for you to manifest. Maybe you're going to, the person that's coming into your life is someone that's very wise and has like a lot of knowledge. Guess what chakra came out? The 5th chakra, the throat chakra. Archangel Gabriel, you need to speak your truth. You see the light on his throat? Somebody needs to say something to you. There's something that needs to be said. And they're holding back. You might have already met this person. This person's in love with you, but they're scared that you might reject them. Goddess of the Moon. I kept shuffling and seeing this card. They find you very mysterious. This is your intuition. Your intuition is heightened at this time. Trust it. Go with your guts. When, you know, if you're not sure, just feel. Make a heart over head decision. Feel your way through. You have intuition. It's very strong. Some of you could have some psychic powers. Your 2nd chakra is also here too. So that's that, you know, creative energy, sensuality. Maybe it's been a while since you've, you know, you could have been like celibate for a little bit. It's been a while since you've had some passion. And you're going to meet somebody that's going to like, you know, you're going to meet somebody that's gonna, you know, help unlock that passion in you. You know, you're gonna trust this person. This is gonna happen all of a sudden. This is like storm warning. This is kind of giving the Tower card. This is gonna strike you like, you know, when that Cupid's arrow hits, it's gonna strike either you or them, or this has already happened. It's just going to be like, whoosh. You know, you're going to be minding your business and love is just going to show up in your life and it's going to set you free. It's going to release you from this like, you know, where you felt like you're all tied up. Things are not moving. You can't move out of this situation. It's going to free you. Freedom. Yeah, it's going to free you. It's going to free you. For some of you, you might have to remove the mask. You know, downplaying yourself. I'm getting a message for 1 or 2 people. You know, you could be someone that is like a high priestess. You know, you're very like magical. Okay. You're very magical. And you just feel like people will not understand you. See the magician here? You're very magical. There's another side to you that you feel like people might not get you, so you tend to hide that fact and maybe stay away from love because you feel like nobody's gonna really understand who I am or understand the things that I enjoy doing. But Spirit wants you to speak your truth. Be honest with who you are. Take the mask. Take the mask off. Let them know who you are. For the person that's for you is for you, okay? They're not going to judge you. And if they do judge you, they're not your person. But you have happy family. Y'all are going to be a happy family. Maybe you all will have children. And if you're past the childbearing age, you know, maybe you already have kids and they have kids if you're older, and that's going to be a blended family. But if you're still within that childbearing age, you guys will have a family together. And if you already have children, they're going to accept your children. It's going to be just one happy family. Door to Spirit. This is something that Spirit is, you know, maybe you prayed about something. You manifesting something, and now Spirit is opening the door. After a period of waiting, you've been waiting, you've been on your own doing the work, you know, you've been protecting your energy, not letting anyone in, you know, you've been in a safe place, you know, not stepping out of the box, but it's time for you to put yourself out there, okay? So many doors, all these doors are opening up to you. Infinite possibilities, adjacent possibilities, so many possibilities. There could be a few people that's going to come into your, you know, to your life at this time, and you need to use your intuition to make sure that you're connecting with the right person. Maybe that's why the goddess of the moon, where she's here. You need to use your intuition. You need to make sure you're meditating so you can hear clearly from Spirit. You need to use your intuition. You need to detach and, you know, ground yourself, meditate so you can hear clearly from Spirit, okay? So you make the right decision. You don't get someone that is not in alignment with you. I feel like this is somebody that's going to be a family person, you know. This is someone that, you know, they could already have a child. You know, they have to still kind of care for. It will be like an already made family. That's for a few of you guys, okay? But there will be a decision that you're going to have to make. So you definitely want to use your intuition to do this. Make sure you follow your heart. You go to the one that makes your heart sing. So congratulations for those that this new love is coming to. And then for those of you that's already in an established relationship, there's a positive change that's coming, you know, that's going to bring in all these, you know, changes to your relationship, passion, love. You know, you guys will be, you know, like the love will come back in the relationship, and the children will be happy about that. I got that for maybe a few of you, okay? So that's the messages that we got. Thank you so much for stopping by. If it did resonate, if any part of it resonated, you know, leave me a comment. Let me know. Let's interact. And I will definitely be back soon with another message. Thank you. Bye-bye.